We're here like a kilometer or two outside of Merrimut Village, and we're on our way home. And this is our final cast reflection. I learned a lot over the course of this trip in terms of how people in rural areas live, how a lot of things that we take for granted actually. I sort of realized how much work goes behind things. Like, we're standing in a rice field right now that is, you can show the camera. And this feeds like the whole village. And it just looks like a lot of work. So it was pretty eye-opening. There was a lot of collaboration throughout. When we built the water tanks, you had to be in groups, had to be in sync, and on the hikes, like sharing the weight. If a friend was tired, you'd carry their bag for them, for example. Just
What are you saying?
a lot of
collaboration, like working with others. Collaborating with others is like essential for a trip like this to work, because it's like we're doing community service, so we really need to work together with not just like our classmates and people we might not even know well. Like, I got to know a few new people that whose name I didn't even know before. But then also, the local villagers, you got to work with them to, reach a final goal. And there's a lot of things that come together, and everyone has to play their part. Like yesterday when we built the water tank, we had villagers helping us out build it, and we're about what'd you say, like 40 people building it?
Yeah, something like that.
And it took us like several hours, like 5 hours to build the thing. And yeah. And now also yesterday with the water filter fixing it, we had, I went up there with Kunmi and Mr. Ganji, and we went up and, now we figured out the problem, but now it's up to the community. We're going to help them supply with materials, but now it's up to the community to, collaborate effectively and finish the project and fix the problems themselves, now that they know what the problem is and how to fix it. Yeah.
Also, in terms of sort of cultural awareness and global awareness, last night we had a meeting with heads of the village, and also there was a performance done by the younger children, and this was a good opportunity to sort of get an idea of what the villagers, their sort of positions on things, because since they don't speak, they speak very little English, if at all. We had translators going back and forth, so it was a good opportunity for us to learn a lot about the villagers and sort of almost like relate to them. And then the performance done afterwards by the little kids was also like an entertaining little show.
Yeah.
And brought the groups together.
Just their appreciation, how last night they thanked us for doing all of this. It doesn't seem like, it doesn't even feel like you do a whole lot, but then things like that make you really feel satisfying and makes you realize the impact that you do have, because to us, donating some money and paying for a trip like this and coming and building like the foundation of a water tank might not seem like a lot, but in the long run it has a much bigger impact than we might think. And especially what really like hit it home for me last night was how they thanked us, and how even though they had a lot of groups coming up here, were several other ones that we were the only ones that were like trying hard and helping, and how they really appreciated that. That was the one thing that really got me, because a lot of people just come here to see and learn for themselves, but not to help them out, but just for their own personal benefit. And that really just showed like the importance of giving back to the community, I thought, personally.
And in terms of considering ethical implications, there was a pretty important moment last night in the meeting where while the farmers had been selling their coffee for 15 baht a kilo, we had offered, we couldn't give them a set price due to bureaucracy of it and stuff like that, but we definitely assured them that we could at best like multiply their income by 5, and just like seeing their faces like light up and stuff like that, I thought was pretty powerful. And it really made me consider how little effort really goes into making things fair and
and similarly,
people opportunities.
Like the tomatoes that they sell like 3 baht per kilogram, which I thought was really incredible, because 3 baht per kilo, that's nothing. You
can't buy anything
there's no incentive for that.
Yeah.
And then you see a lot of the problems come from the trash recycling. They get 1 baht per kilogram of trash that they recycle and sell. So that's not a whole lot at all, so there's no incentive. And then you kind of realize how a lot of these problems are explained Yeah, and then you can really see also in the village, you can see, the levels of creativity, like the things they achieve with the materials and the resources that they have. I think they achieve much greater things in their daily life than we do. Maybe not like one to one, but I'd say proportionally they achieve a lot, have much greater achievements considering the resources that they do have, the things they can build. Like the little tricycles the kids build out of bamboo and a bit of like rubber is very impressive. I couldn't do that if I tried. Or a lot of the little things that
Yeah.
they do.
So all in all, it was a good trip that brought our two communities together, and I'd like to think that a sort of mutual understanding was forged between us over the course of these 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. And now, as John said, we're heading out of the village, and we're here in the rice fields, getting back. And I think last night also, looking back, on the whole trip, just like lying down, with John looking at the stars for a bit, it was a really great experience just to reflect on what we did.
A lot of fun too.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright.
And that's also one of the things you don't experience in Bangkok, which is nice.
Signing out.
Signing out, John and Joe.